Safety. Never remove any pins to make any adjustment to the up and go while the user is connected. Pins are located on both the dynamic components and the frame. When a user is being connected or disconnected, they should always place both hands on the crossbar at the front of the device. A user should not grab the sides until after the arms are in a fully upright position. A caregiver should be positioned behind the user and have their hands on the lifting arm handles at all times. Do not use the up and go close to stairs. Make sure the brakes on the wheels are not engaged when a user is attempting to stand. Assembly and adjustment. Understanding the parts of your up and go. Make sure you have all the necessary parts before beginning. You will need the following: the bottom section, also called the base, to which the wheels are attached, the two U-shaped side pieces, to which the pistons are attached. Please note that you should not remove the rubber bands yet. The two crossbars, one of which is not fastened to any other part and is longer than the other in the pediatric unit only, and the second, which is attached to the arms and has a rubber band stretched along its length. Do not remove this rubber band yet. Also included are 8 1/4-inch bottom head screws, 4 of which have washers and 4 of which do not, and a 5/32 Allen wrench. Assembling the sides. It is important that you do not tighten the screws yet. Take the screws without washers attached and the Allen wrench. Place the sides on top of the base with the pistons facing inward on the same side as the open part of the base. Align the poles of the sides with the holes of the base and insert the screws. Tighten them enough that they will stay in, but do not complete the process. Connect both screws on both sides, but remember to keep them loose. Attaching the crossbars. Important: in the toddler model, the two crossbars are the same length. In the pediatric model, the upper one is shorter, which will cause the sides to be a trapezoidal shape. 2 screws with washers attached and the crossbar will be used in this step. There are 3 holes on each of the U-shaped side pieces: a top hole, a bottom hole, and a middle hole. Find the middle hole and align the crossbar on the inside of them with the screws on the outside of them. Connect the screws loosely. Attaching the upper arm assembly. Take the upper arms on the second crossbar and place them over the first crossbar so that the auxiliary handles on the hooks for the suspension unit are facing downwards. Align the ends of the crossbar with the top set of holes in the sides and put in the last 2 screws with washers attached. Now tighten all 8 screws. There should be 4 screws connecting to the crossbars and 4 screws connecting to the base. Attaching the pistons. First, remove the rubber band connecting the piston to the side piece. Next, rotate the lifting arm to come into contact with the piston and snap the top of the piston into the ball joint at the base of the arm. Repeat this process on the other side. Now remove the rubber band connecting the 2 lifting arms. Your up and go is now assembled. The harness of the suspension unit should sit properly between the 2 arms. Adjusting the up and go. No height or support adjustments should be made while a user is connected. If a user is already connected, disconnect them before adjusting the up and go. There are 2 types of adjustments: amount of lifting support and height of the user. There are 2 ways to adjust the lifting support: selecting different hole positions or selecting a different piston. Changing the support level by selecting one of the 3 hole positions on the upper arms. The closer to the user that the hole you select is, the greater the lifting support will be. The sum of both sides of support is written on the pistons. To change the amount of support, take the pin out of the connector. It will now be free to slide along the arm. Align the connector with the hole that corresponds with the level of support that you want and insert the pin. Make sure that both sides are at the same level. Changing pistons. To change the pistons, insert a standard flathead screwdriver into the metal clip at the top of the piston and push outwards on the piston with your other hand until it comes out of the ball and socket joint. Then, do the same at the bottom part of the piston. Take your new piston and snap the thicker end into the socket at the bottom and the thinner end into the socket at the top. Verifying the support level. If the user is collapsing, you need to increase the support level. If the user is on the tips of his toes, you might consider reducing the support level. As the user improves, you can consider reducing the support level. Adjusting for the height of the user. Take the pin out of the hole on the side of the U-shaped piece. The arm is now free to move up and down. Align the lower piston connector with the hole that corresponds with the height that you want and insert the pin. The arm handle should be set at the upper part of the user's rib cage. Both sides should be at the same height. Your pediatric up and go is compatible with a user of any height from 3'6" to 4'6", and the toddler unit is compatible for heights from 2 feet to 3'6". Verifying the height. You should be able to lift the user slightly higher when pulling on the upper arms. If you cannot, shorten the straps on the suspension unit from the front and back. Rear wheel swivel lock. With the wheel lined up parallel to the base, insert the pin through the holes in both the base and wheel. The wheel will now remain locked in a forward position. Connection. Attaching the suspension unit. This is just one way to attach the suspension unit. The special ring is designed so that it will not accidentally come off the button. With the user sitting down, place the harness under one leg, making sure the larger part is in front. Assist the user to roll to the opposite side and lean forwards. Bring the 2-inch straps on the back around the side until the harness fits snugly on the user. Pull out the pant legs at the upper thigh area to reduce uncomfortable sensations. Pull the harness straps from the back as much as you can so that there is no gap between the front section and the user. Bring the 1-inch straps under the user's arms and over top of the front piece, not to the sides, and attach the buckles. Make sure the back of the seat is in the center of the body when checking from the rear. Pull the straps of the seat from the back until there is no gap in the front. Pull on the side of the pants to make it comfortable. The metal rings on the side should be at the bottom of the user's rib cage, at the center of the body. If the user is uncomfortable in the suspension unit, realign the seat by the front and back straps, or contact Easy Walking. Ring location. The ring should be at the lower part of the ribcage at the center of the body from a side view. To adjust the ring location, you can shorten or lengthen the front and back straps. Connecting to the mobility unit. Place your fingers behind the ring, not through it. Put the up and go in front of the user and place their hands on the front crossbar. Push down the arms and attach the metal rings to the buttons. Connect both sides of the device. The user is now ready to stand. Lean forward slightly, and the up and go will assist them to stand up. Disconnecting from the up and go. Make sure the user is sitting back down. Unclip the hooks and release the upper arms slowly. Finally, release the buckles on the suspension unit and roll it out from under the user. Exercise. Sit to stand. The user's hands may now be on the side pieces. Make sure their legs are under them and help them to lean forward slightly. The up and go will now assist them to stand up. Bending. Hands free. Ball toss. Pelvis rotation. Squatting. Lunges. Side step. Walking. Walk forwards, shifting weight from leg to leg. Maintaining the same stepping as the user for help is recommended. Backward walking. Shift their weight to one side and help with the other leg. If the user becomes tired, simply put a chair behind them and sit them down. You can disconnect them from this position.